Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Humankind. So, as I mentioned at the end of the last part, we are potentially going to end up in a war with the Mongols because they have quite a bit of war support towards us. And they are actually considered militarists, going by that affinity bonus there. So I think there's a half decent chance that they will probably want to come after us. Let me go ahead and get my timer started. I don't think we have anything else to actually do this turn. I think I actually pretty much set this turn up to just be a press end turn. Now, obviously, we are still gonna continue to be over our city cap for, well, pretty much for the entirety of the game up until the very end. Because it's very expensive to merge cities. Either in terms of influence or, what the fuck are you doing? Okay, yeah, no. Take you off auto explore because you're being an idiot. As I was saying, it's very expensive to be able to merge cities either in terms of influence or money. It really doesn't matter. Either way, it's super freaking expensive. So that's just something we're gonna have to deal with. In fact, actually, you know what? No, you come over here. Because I want to get this region here. Ooh, that is a lot of industry there, or more food. I want to go for the industry. This will give Cures a really nice head start on industry in the future. Actually, I think you can get both, wouldn't you? Yes, actually, I think you would. Because the other area it was showing off was, I think, actually in this region, not in the region that we just built the outpost in. Didn't exactly see the borders all that clearly there. No,
if trouble comes, 5 market quarters should provide you with a number of pragmatic answers.
Yeah, that's not actually how that works. Okay, so we seem to be losing some pop here in the capital, so let's build out another farm. You know, yeah, you can get the Great Fish Market, and then where was else? Irene. Okay, yeah, that one can continue to be ignored because it really doesn't matter to me. They're also actually over their pop right now. Oh, the Mongols gave me knock. They decided to accept my demand. Because we claimed that they were oppressing our people. So they have chosen...
Unpleasant as these demands are, refusal would be a mistake.
It would. Apparently they would be a pushover.
You are generous and well appreciated.
I feel like our face changed very significantly halfway through what we were saying. But so they are actually considered a pushover in terms of strength. We are considered much more powerful than them, and they actually depend on access to our resources. I do know that we have the luxury trade thing with them, so we are trading here. So that is presumably the issue for them. So let's go ahead and add Irene to knock. So yeah, thanks for the free city, guys. That's nice. Of course, it does further take us over our cap, and in fact, our influence has dropped like a rock to +3 influence, because if you're over your cap, you suffer a penalty of influence, and it just gets worse the more over your cap you are. So yeah, that's it. That's something we're gonna have to deal with. Let's get the public fountains out first so that we minimize our drop in stability here. You are considered idle, so go ahead and get the Great Fish Market. Technically, you would need one more Great Swordsman to meet your build out. Yeah, we're gonna probably want to try and avoid that. Thieves of the Seas. A transoceanic trade is flourishing, but such richly veined routes are attracting vultures of the high seas. Pirates are rumored to be planning audacious raids on ships near the wealthy city of Memphis. Unless the Empire responds, wealth that should go to the city is likely to go into the pockets of scoundrels. What is the right move? We can draft their workers to build shoreline watchtowers to discourage the pirates and reassure the citizens. Get plus 20 industry for 10 turns. Or recruit the pirates. These pirates could become privateers for the Empire for a fee. We gain new army reinforcements next to Memphis, which I'm going to assume is probably a ship. I don't really care for that, so we'll just take the secure. It's perfectly fine with me. And hey, it'll get the Great Fish Market out one turn sooner as a result.
As feudal structures prove practical for both farming and warfare, certain codes and practices arise that, ideally, ensure a fair and honorable society.
You know, I've never bothered building a hamlet. So my understanding of basically how the hamlet works, so when you build districts, you can only build them around the city, and as you build more, you can build out adjacent to those other districts you've built, or build them around administrative centers / outposts. And again, as you build out there, you can build out to adjacent territories. Hamlets effectively work as like an outpost or a city or administrative center, whatever, within a zone in which you have, say, a city or an outpost already. But you can't currently build out in that area because it's not adjacent to an area that you currently control, or that it's not adjacent to an area where you've built out something. And so a hamlet would basically allow you to be able to say, hey, I want to build out, say, over here, for example, where my mouse cursor is, but I would not be able to currently build there. So I'd build a hamlet there, and then I'd be able to build around the hamlet and be able to start building out that region. I've never had a need for that. And part of that is potentially because I've never had I never like fully built out an entire zone with districts because I've never needed to. Like there just isn't a need to do that, generally speaking. Oh, we've got as we finish that research, that gives us the Teutonic Knights. So they are heavy cav. So let's see, normal cav ignores enemy zones of control, particularly good for running down ranged units unable to climb fortifications. Heavy cav, fast, hard-hitting mounted unit able to charge enemies, receives bonus combat strength of attacking non-adjacent enemies unable to climb fortifications. They are also proselyte, bonus combat strength against enemies with different state religions. Oh, that's an interesting one. Also, reminds me, I wanted to, yeah, we're going to be getting the religious hostility one here at some point. It's going to be a while, especially because we're sort of suffering with influence right now, but you know, it'll get better eventually. It'll just be a long frickin' time. You know what? I'm fine with that 16-16 there. That works okay. Let's, you know, go ahead and secure this continent of ours. And that is stupidly freaking expensive. And yeah, Yeah, you are not able to absorb any cities. Either because they're not technically adjacent to you, or I just don't have the money. Oh, the Aztecs have changed their opinion of me.
Yes, greetings. I hope you don't mind if I stare.
They're jealous. And they have more war support than we do. So if they were to declare war on us, they would have a bit of a benefit going to them initially. It wouldn't really work out well for them in the long term, though. Also, we have the non-aggression pact, so it's not going to happen right now. Let's see, I want you to build out, yes, those harbors, because they are fairly decent. And then let's get those out. And you need something. Those, that's perfect. You know what, can I get, yes I can. Let's, once you get the food market, which gives more money on market quarters per adjacent market quarter, and then just a straight up +2 on market quarters. So these 2 market quarters here will go up to what, 9? Yeah, it should be 9.
With 15 farmers' quarters, you'll soon be needing another 15 quarters just for food storage.
Ooh. The Aztecs decided to break.
Tell me about yourself.
Interesting. I have new grievances against
We
you.
welcome this opportunity for dialogue.
Oh yes, the whole religion thing. What is your religion, out of curiosity? Oh yes, the game doesn't tell me that. Yeah, that's another thing that I really wish the game would do. Would be able to tell me what religion people are here, because I actually don't know. All I know is that they are a different faith in these territories, because I'm able to get oppressing the faithful. But I don't actually know what their religion is. And the English aren't doing so hot. They're actually at the bottom of the barrel now. So, yeah, they're technically now the person in last place, because we're just not going to count the Celts that we knocked out. So we're going to
Solve the wounds you caused,
place demands.
and we can move on.
And
Loathsome actions.
they
from
want
a
a trade
loathsome empire.
treaty, but we're going to tell them to piss off on that.
I'm not in the business of making threats. However, in this case, I find your proposition outlandish at best.
Enough of that. The circumstances have changed.
Oh, the coding broke there for a second. I didn't get to really see it, but I saw something about reparation gives, and then in brackets 0 whatever. I couldn't read the whole thing, but it wasn't quite working properly is the simplest way to describe it. And I've had that issue happen a couple of times, actually, with events and whatnot as well. For whatever reason, the game just sometimes seems to sort of bug out a little when it comes to properly displaying those things. I think the plan was to have you be absorbed by Lubricate. And we do not currently have the influence to build out there, so you just wait a couple turns. The people of Fang have converted to Babylonian's shamanism, and that is that region that we built outside of Cures. Wonderful. You go auto explore. And you guys have that. Wonderful. Go ahead, get your upgrade. Come over here, because that's some more copper, and that is saltpeter, which we're going to need for getting our our gunpowder units. Sure, get the tourney field, make our units cheaper. It's never a bad thing. And then, I don't know what your guys' issue is. Do you need more food? I don't think so. I think you're fine in that regard. So, let's build out some industry.
15 makers' quarters? At this rate, the entire city is going to turn into an automaton.
Which I'd be fine with. And you also go auto-explore. Annoyingly, you're going to auto-explore in the same direction as the other one. And let's go ahead and get these out. You know what? The tourney field can wait. Let's get the research and then the stability per researcher. Not that we have stability issues at the capital, but it doesn't hurt. And Okab here is also converted to our religion now. Need 210 to do that. Yeah, that's going to be a little while. Also, get you your upgrades, because I kind of forgot about you guys as well. You're not in my territory, is that true? Do I not actually technically own that spot? I don't. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to correct that.
You have collected the greatest renown of any of your peers. That is to say, you have no peers. You have become the stuff of legends.
Have I, game? Are you sure about that? Because I think you're lying to me. I really think you're lying to me. No, come over here. Don't auto-explore. There we go. You guys just stop auto-exploring. Just stop it. The population continues to rise. Saipar has lost population. We got a scientist star. So you evidently need more farms, which is something we already knew about and we're trying to slowly work on. Well, at least I think I meant to, and I might have actually forgot to queue up the farm. Yes, that's potentially what actually happened. So get the Great Fish Market and then get the Farmer's Quarter. And those are about to go up even more. Oh no, they're probably not going. Well, they will, because no, those won't go up at all. The harbor will earn some more. If I had any naval land routes here, it would go up, but I don't have naval land routes there. And actually, I don't necessarily know where naval land routes are, because the game doesn't actually label that stuff, really. As far as I can tell. In the case of Saipar, it's not actually going to really benefit much from the Great Fish Market beyond the +4 money on harbor. It's not really that great of a bonus. It really isn't. So I'm going to tell these two to just station there so that they stop running around like headless chickens. Okay, you have finished building out the last set of orders I gave you. Let's go ahead and get those now. You actually need food. Whoops. So, get the farmer's quarter, and then you can get the fishery, which would give you food anyway, but, you know, get more. I have no way of knowing exactly how to tell for naval land routes, because I don't think there's a map mode to show those. Yeah, I don't think there is. Whoops. What's this? Based on a true story. Part 1. Your achievements are many and your lands beautiful. Since times of antiquity, your people have marveled at a place of great natural grandeur, Ottomans within your lands. But few have heard the true and thrilling story behind its discovery. Until now, a popular playwright in Ottomans... No, game, no. Give a city or something, not the name of the culture I'm playing as. Has adapted the event for the stage, a saga of exploration and high adventure. Replete with dramatic embellishments and lavish romance, the people are thrilled, and you hear it is not half bad. Perhaps you should grace this theater with your own presence and see for yourself. We can attend. Drawing attention to works like these may inspire a greater appetite for science and exploration. Also, you could use a break. That gets us learning, plus 20 science for 10 turns, or we can pass on it. Cheap entertainment does not interest you. Besides, your continued presence in the capital will keep your citizens focused on more important matters. Gives us patriotic, so cheaper units for 10 turns in Babylon. No, we'll attend. Which has a chance of triggering another narrative event.
Reaching the end of an ideology axis isn't extremist. Think of it as being focused, yes? Very goal-oriented.
And, I guess we finished Progress. Technically we finished Homeland, but I don't think the game ever actually bothered to inform us of that one. Oh, Vibracate stability is, it's shit. So, let's build that out. Oh, because they're complaining about stuff, they're not actually going to build that out, evidently. So just build an aqueduct. Yeah, because you're not building this for some reason. Which I can only assume is because of the mutiny shit. So yeah, buying that out, you'll trend back up towards not complaining. Once you're done doing that one, let's get the apothecary out. Whoops. Nope, wrong thing, game. There we go. Get those out, and are our ships actually exploring properly? The answer to that would appear to be a resounding no. Am I surprised by this? Not really. Exploring when your units will take damage if they're in ocean tiles at the end of a turn, or for too long at least, is frankly very annoying.
30 farmers' quarters is quite a milestone. Let's hope the population is getting some exercise as well.
We sold some pearls to the Mongols for 108 gold. Damn. They don't like that I claimed that stuff. It's technically on their border, evidently. I don't fucking care. Let's see, is there a... that's actually a decent place. And we'll have Nock absorb that, I think. Oh, Nock is not building anything right now. Let's go ahead and get anything that is 3 turns. And then we'll queue up the next batch of orders afterwards. Oh, the Umayyads, which we don't actually know about, have apparently entered into into the early modern era. They went with that Native American tribe whose name I could not pronounce, and I was not going to butcher it. And oh, we finished all the other research we had, so we are finally researching early modern. So, let's see. Getting settler, well, no, let's get gunpowder warfare because I really want the saltpeter. You know, significant improvement in our military is always nice. Then centralized power. Let's get supply lines for the +1 to city cap. And thoroughfares is also helpful. Automatically create roads between outposts of your empire. I guess right now our roads are only between our cities, and they completely ignore our outposts. I believe Carracks don't take damage when they're in ocean tiles, so we'll get those as well then. That'll significantly help with our research. And we'll want 3 masted ships for the better naval transports. And then charter company. Yeah, that should all be good enough. And we should get through a lot of that research relatively quickly, because we built out our stuff a decent amount. That has something. Ooh, decent amount of science and influence. And you try to get back to safety, you're gonna inevitably take damage because you're gonna be out at sea. Wonderful. Let's go ahead and wrap this. Oh, that's 270. Never mind then. Come this way. You need to be built out. Yeah, just do the levy administration for now. You do all the stuff that is 3 turns. Oh, Babylon lost pops. Didn't we just build a frickin' farm in Babylon recently? Ah, Babylon is sitting at its population cap right now. Yes, that would explain some things. So you probably don't need more food. You just need more jobs. So let's go with more research, I think. Let's build a couple of those, and then you can get the infrastructure. You know what, actually? Also do a great swordsman at the very end of that. Get your production built out a little bit. Although technically you are, well, you're losing pops. Because you're over your cap as well. Yeah, that won't get better anytime soon. Oh, wonderful, you're gonna go right by that as well. And next turn, go for that. Go there. Ooh, there's actually something pretty close by, so next turn, go there. A merchant from afar. Bang, bang, bang. A rabble of traders ferrying strange wares are knocking on Cure's gates, demanding an audience. They tell you they hail from a far land, having traveled many leagues along one of your fabled trade routes. They claim to offer merchandise that will be profitable, but they also look rather haggard and exhausted. Do you agree to let them in? We can dismiss them. Foreigners carrying strange wares, ideas, and perhaps worse are not welcome. Or consent. We should welcome traders from afar. From far climes, the chances of profit is worth the risk of fullness or foulness. Chance of unexpected consequences, sure. Agrarian star for our population going up, and we have.
My time is short.
You claim territory on my border. Yes, I suppose technically that is on my border. Give it to me.
Fairness must be restored, else action must be taken.
It's not. Who's ransacking what and where? Oh shit. Okay. I'm assuming that's Mogadishu, because they're the only aggressive, independent peoples in this area that I see. Oh god, what the? Oh, is your stability dropping because of the I don't know why your stability is dropping as much as it is, honestly. But apparently it is for some reason trending down to 43. But I'm not seeing an obvious reason for that. Because it's not saying because of the ransacking. But whatever. Yeah, build out the apothecary. That'll help deal with that issue. Wonderful. That's some more money.
I'm on it.
Okay, we have found a place where we can make landfall if we go to war with the Mongols, who we will probably be going to war with, and we have found the Great Barrier Reef, which gave us 30 science. Not really worth it, to be honest, but whatever. First discovered by the Aztecs. And we technically have a battle here, and they're gonna fight us, which is very weird, because they shouldn't. They really shouldn't. Yeah, they died in their own initial assault. Yeah, that was a stupid idea on their part.
With 5 research quarters dedicated to science, one wonders what will run out first, food or pens and paper?
Wonderful. We have, well, we don't actually have the saltpeter just yet. Now we do. So that lets us upgrade our crossbowmen to arquebusiers. This does result in them no longer having a ranged attack in the sense of being able to attack from a distance. But they are much more devastating. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, you can't go down there.
Okay.
Actually, no, I think they do have a ranged attack, do they? Yes, actually, no, I think they do have a ranged attack. I don't know why I was thinking they don't. I really don't know why I was thinking they don't.
That's not possible. Get that. And move. Keep up the pace.
And yeah, these guys are all gonna have to take the long way around. Because we attack from a spot where we don't really have much that we can do. Because the only way down here is where these guys are. Unless the enemy is smart enough to trade places. Please tell me you guys can shoot though now. Yes, you can. Finish those guys off.
Have that. Let's go.
Finish them off.
Acknowledge.
How far can you go? You can get into the river.
To arms.
God, your guys. Oh, okay, yeah. It's because that damn river. And now you can shoot there, and that'll finish them off. So yeah, no, actually, they do still have a ranged attack. I don't know why I was, like I said, I don't know why I was thinking they don't. For some reason, I thought they'd lost the ranged attack, but they don't. So that's all good.
Setting safe.
Okay, so yeah, if we go with the war with the Mongols, we can make a landing here and take Keraton pretty easily. How much we can push out to other areas is a different story altogether, and this is another independent people, isn't it?
All right.
Yeah, I believe this is another independent people because I don't think it's that doesn't look like it's the right shade of blue to be whoever blue is. Aztecs have declared war on the Mongols. Oh, also you. Get the saltpeter.
Come on!
Fighting here is going to be a pain. Yeah. Yeah, fighting here is basically impossible. Because I do not have the means to actually be able to hit these guys with more than a single unit at a time. Of course, they can only attack me with a single unit at a time as well. Because they don't actually have any archers from the looks of it. No, it's all a bunch of spearmen. Or pikemen, rather. So, and they're spawning here. So, they're gonna come out, attack. We'll massacre them. I'm actually a little surprised we managed to completely massacre each assault. I did expect them to eventually have one that just... we didn't kill it, but, you know, it just didn't do anything. But that's fine. Whatever, game. Oh yes, and I don't have the influence, yes. Continue to have issues with influence, and actually, I thought this was just gain influence, but no, this is actually you need to have that amount of influence, so yeah. Luckily for us, there's still some stuff there, but I don't really care too much for the wonders. We'll effectively be conquering them all anyway, in the grand scheme of things. Assuming the game actually goes that long, because...
So, will this independent people be an ally or an enemy? A barrier or a blessing? Their future may not be in their hands.
So, another new continent. I'm assuming it's... yeah, I'm assuming it's a separate continent from the one that the Mongols are on because of how far away it is. And your damn stability's going down as well. Let's get you an apothecary. I don't know if we'll actually bother building any Janissaries because they're not actually upgrades for any of our units, annoyingly.
Make full sail.
Just sail along the coast. Wonderful, an abandoned boat. So we got a... ooh, gave us a carrack. Wonderful. I'm going to set that to auto-explore because that should have no problems deciding to explore out in the ocean tiles.
Make full sail.
Unlike our cog here.
Yes.
And unknown now feels differently towards me. I don't know how unknown can feel differently towards me if they're unknown. If we don't know each other, they can't really come to an opinion of me, I would think. Okay, that's a dead end. Okay, game, you give me a ping that kind of made me think I discovered something, but that's not the case. Evidently, it's this. A merchant from afar too. Cure's markets flourish, full of life and color and tantalizing smells. The decision to let the traders from a distant land into the city has paid off handsomely. We get prosperous, plus 15 money for 10 turns on Cures. Wonderful. Not that I think Cures is bringing in all that much money anyway. Yeah, I'd say it's really not bringing in that much money. It's about half of what Babylon brings in. Admittedly, Babylon is actually built up, but nonetheless. Yeah, I mean, it's a decent amount, but it's not really anything to write home about, to be honest. what was that? Gems?
How? How might I be of aid?
Gems to the Mongols, whatever. And yes, I don't want the map focus. I hate having map focus on. It's honestly annoying at times. Okay, you. Continue exploring out to here. Yes, get to the north side of this little island. You guys station there.
All hands to station.
Continue exploring the coastline here so I can, you know, find spots to make landfall in the future. And you have finished what you were building before. And you, yeah, your stability is still crap. And it won't get better anytime soon. The Ghanaians have reached the medieval era and kept their traditions. I believe that's one of the unknowns. Okay, we continue to explore the
Loose the mainsail.
outlines of the Mongol territories. I feel like we'd actually be able to get to San Lorenzo fairly quickly if I went to war with them with any real serious intent. Another independent peoples over here. I come bearing steam. An inventor-engineer ostracized from her own country on account of her religion has come to you offering her scientific expertise. She wishes to settle in the city of Babylon, where she believes she could work productively. Her pioneering work on the fundamentals of engines could be vital, but the fact she is not a follower of Babylonian shamanism could make things difficult. What do you say to her? Naturalizer, any inventor of any creed can become one of our citizens. Babylon is ready to welcome her. Plus 20 science for 10 turns on 8 cities. Or jail her. She's a traitor, or worse, a spy. In either case, she should be imprisoned with maximum fanfare. Celebrating, plus 10 stability. I'll take the research, to be honest, game. I'll never turn
You
down.
have reached the end of an ideology axis. Of all the epithets other empires may use for you, wishy-washy won't be one of them.
Pretty sure we already finished that one previously, game. And I don't think we moved away from it. So I don't know why you're acting like we just finished it for the first time ever.
Okay.
Got a curiosity, wonderful.
No doubt this independent people possess sophisticated customs, rights, language, and beliefs. I do hope you're going to treat them well.
Yeah, no, we won't.
Make full sail.
But we're not going to be going to war with the Mongols anytime soon right now because, well, largely because of the city cap issue. Nemesis has lost pops, but okay, yeah, no, again, they were the one that are over their population cap right now anyway. Build out more of your infrastructure. Because you kind of need it. No, let's get the other copper. Because don't we, yeah, we needed 2 copper to get the charcoal kiln. So now we can go and build those in our territories for some extra production.
So, will this independent people be an
Okay,
ally
that's another
or
dead
an enemy?
end.
A barrier or a blessing? Their future may not be in their hands.
Mississippians. Oh, okay. Some more free money, that's fine with me. Get Memphis to build out all that stuff. Research, or supply lines, not research lines. So that gives us +1 to the city cap, wonderful, and the thoroughfares. Oh, the English have triggered migration in Hatsu. You bastards. You lured my population. Oh, we have all the war support we need to be able to declare war. You need 80, but you know, might as well go for 100. Okay, so so we could go to war with the English. Again, it should be noted, of course. And just beat the ever-living crap out of them. Again. It's not a bad thing in any way. What are you guys missing? Is it one more? Yes, it's one more Great Swordsman. God damn, that alarm is sometimes very loud and sometimes very quiet. And sometimes it just takes a little while to decide to be loud. Now let's go with the Janissary. Could buy it, but nah. I'm too cheap to go buy that right now, especially because it's not like we're actually swimming in that much money. It would take about 1/3 of our money to buy it out. And we have discovered Perito Moreno Glacier, which was apparently first discovered by the Aztecs, which is somewhat shocking because it doesn't seem to be anywhere near them. But so be it, game. What do I know? Unknown yet again feels differently towards me, which again doesn't make a whole hell of a lot of sense.
Loose the mainsail.
Because I would think it'd be hard, like I mentioned, to be able to really come to an opinion about somebody that you don't freaking know about.
Loose the mainsail. I'm on it.
You know, I mean, you might have heard the rumors that we're a bit of warmongers and things, but, you know, those could just be rumors started by our opponents. You get the charcoal kiln, taxation office, and then grain silos.
Make full sail.
You guys continue exploring.
Yes. All hands to stations.
Wonderful. You go around this side, and it looks like there's 2 independent peoples here that have their borders connecting, but I don't really care about them. I'm trying to find whoever the hell Blue and Black are.
At the moment, your empire is the greatest. You are leading the pack. The pack may be annoyed now, but you have secured your place in history forever.
Yes, game, I realize this. I'm about 1,000 points ahead of Black now, so, you know, Black was actually competing with us fairly well, but they are now struggling for some reason, and I'm really not sure why. But all of a sudden they're having issues, so that's whatever, perfectly fine with me.
Another empire has built the Forbidden City. I suppose there's no need to point out that no, you can't visit.
That's what you think, game. Our army will be visiting the Forbidden Temple, you said, right? And you need more food still. You are really struggling with food for some reason here. Actually, you know what? No. Grain silos will do the job, so get the charcoal kiln out so you can get the bonus production from that, then get the grain silo, and then get the armory and the taxation office.
A new independent people. And who are they? Time will tell if they are
No idea, but I don't want to be near them.
or history.
Because they're aggressive and they will be attacking that ship, I guarantee. Naval artillery, wonderful, and we have the option of choosing these. So we can build Machu Picchu. All of your cities gain food equal to 50% of the food produced by Machu Picchu's city. So I need to find the city that produces the most food, which is probably the capital. St. Basil's Cathedral, +1 faith per district, +20 faith, and +40 stability. Taj Mahal, +20 stability, +50% money on Column City, which I'm assuming is just any city that has a stability of a certain rating. I guess a minimum of a certain rating, which I'm going to assume is calm, whatever that is. I really don't know what that is. You know, I don't know, because strained is 30 to 90, so there is no calm. So unless calm is supposed to be settled, which is above 90, that doesn't really make a whole hell of a lot of sense. And we have Topkapi Palace, +20 stability, and on city or outpost, +100% production towards any shared project, +5% industry as well. That's actually not that bad, but I honestly think we're going to go for Machu Picchu because we're going to need all the food. So now we just find who produces the most food. So you are outputting 13 a turn. I'm assuming it's not raw production. Or it's not your final output, it's your raw production. Which is annoying that the game doesn't tell me the total for the raw production. It only tells me the individual gains. The only thing that results in you losing food, generally speaking, is population consumption. And then whatever my basically profit or loss is. So 233, 78, 10, 37, 88. I'm pretty sure Babylon is producing the most in terms of just straight up raw production. If I had to make a guess, and I'm not particularly great at adding all these up right off the top of my head, so I'm gonna say it's between Babylon and Nemesis here, to be honest. So, and I'm pretty sure Babylon is winning already, because that 82 from districts then breaks down the individual production of districts. So that's 286 according to this. So yeah, and Babylon is 233 by default from exploitation. Yeah, so Babylon has the highest raw production, which I kind of figured was the case. So we're gonna go ahead and build it in Babylon, I think, because I'm assuming it's raw production. I don't actually know that with certainty, but that would be the most logical things. And you know, we'll build it right behind the city. Yeah, you know, get the other stuff you were working on out of the way. And just, you know, when cities finish all their construction, they can move to help. Oh god, get away from that guy, because he's gonna attack you, and he has a lot more troops, or a lot more ships there, so they'll easily win that battle if you let them come for you. Okay, I'm going to assume blue and black are sharing an island and they're up here. Or are sharing a continent, rather. Unless they got really lucky and spawned out on an island, which I suppose in theory is a possibility. I don't think it's likely, but it is a possibility.
So, will this independent people be an ally or an enemy? A barrier or a blessing? Their future may not be in their hands.
Or I guess it's also a possibility that they're on this continent, but they never expanded out to the coast for some reason. Which is very weird if that is the case. Knock. Get the charcoal kiln. and get the levy administration, and then start working on Machu Picchu, and other cities will join you a little bit later. Okay, Nemesis it lost pop, but that was again because they were over their cap, so we'll just ignore that. That's perfectly acceptable. You just, you know, finish going around this continent that the Mongols are on. Come on, go. Okay, there's Laventa. Yeah, so San Lorenzo is like smack dab in the middle of the continent, but the reality is I think we could get there pretty quickly when we do inevitably get around to going toward the Mongols, because I really wanted all that gold that they apparently have in their capital. Oh, here's blue. Found blue. Oh, we found an outpost of blue, which is good enough to get us started.
The Ghanaians could be a challenge. Will you see their camels as part of their trade caravans or military formations?
Well, it doesn't really matter.
Greetings. I'm a good neighbor and a loyal friend, as long as you don't cross me.
Okay. Different religions, our ideology proximity is low. They're jealous of our success, because of course they are. And they are weaker than us. We are much more powerful than them, evidently. Which I'm not too surprised by, because I kind of get the feeling they didn't really do much. I think we'll probably deal with them pretty quickly. Oh. Is that your... That's a stupa, which I assume is a, one of your unique buildings that you got at some point. The Mongols have kept their tradition after advancing into the medieval era. Also, really? You're only now entering the medieval? God damn, you're slow. That would explain some things, I suppose, then. And I need to somehow get you back to base without you being out on ocean tiles, because you are losing your health.
We've been going nowhere. Shall we try forward?
Yeah, I'll give you a non-aggression pact for now. You know, actually, I'm probably just gonna use you guys as much as I can until you guys burn out. Okay, they've got a decent little bit there. Nock has lost population. Were you over? No, I don't think you were. I think you just don't actually have enough food production to meet your requirements. Admittedly, it would get better if I attached this. That would help a little. And you know what? I'll attach that as well. And that gave us the expansionist star, which also already allows us to move into the next era. Yeah, we're really sort of getting ahead of everybody else. Quite nicely as well, I might add. Okay, so the Ghanaians here might have actually done a decent job of securing at least one of their coastlines, but also they're really close to us, so I wonder if Black is also on this continent, and if they are, if they're on the west side. Also begs the question of if this is one continent and there's no space here where this ship is ever so slowly making its way. I guess we'll find out. Saipar loses pops, but yeah, they continue to struggle with food. Saipar just can't cut it. It has food problems. It really does for some reason, and I'm really not sure why. I built a number of farms recently now there, but they continue to struggle. Okay, they have Athens. Well, Atheniae, but you know, Athens. More money on outposts. Always nice.
Setting sail.
Okay, continue exploring around that continent. Yeah, those are very close. And I am starting to think that they might actually be connected. No, it looks like they may not be. There is a bit of a gap here. As far as the game is concerned, that should result in them not being one continent. Let's see, Heart Attack and Weevils. The Empire's naval strength grows greater every year. It doesn't, but sure game. With our ships exploring the most distant seas and making famous discoveries, when a merchant vessel arrived back in the sea trade port of Memphis, however, a horrifying spectacle came to light. Long months at sea led to the majority of crew being afflicted with scurvy. Its cause is unknown, but its effects are devastating. Loose gums are followed by blotchy skin, then lethargy and death. Now the reality of life at sea is in danger of spreading and needs to be addressed. What is your response? So, overhaul. All ships be overhauled to make them faster and shorten the length of long ocean journeys. So, for 10 turns, our naval units have 2 more naval speed. That literally is worthless. Suppress this information. The afflicted sailors will be kept isolated in an infirmary so the news stays secret. Hopefully. Low chance of bad consequences or experiment. Only genuine alchemical investigation gives a chance of revealing the true cause and prevention of scurvy. Science investing on 8 cities for 10 turns, plus 20 science, minus 15 money. High chance of good consequences. I think we'll go with that.
Reaching the end of an ideology axis isn't
Game.
extremist. Think of it as being focused, yes? Very goal-oriented.
Game, we were already there. We were already there. Also, speaking of a war, yes, I meant to move the army that was in Memphis up to this northern continent here, where we fought the English, because I'm gonna want 2 armies now, evidently there. Especially because we're not just fighting for this one city, we'd be fighting for multiple cities. And apparently they decided to turn this outpost into a city for some reason instead of just attaching it to their new capital. I don't know the logic behind that because that is absolutely stupid decision making. You know, I'm a little shocked the Aztecs and the Mongols go to war because they don't actually border each other. The English are actually between the 2 of them, and of course me as well to an extent. But for some reason they keep going to war with each other, and it really doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Yeah, no, you just stay there.
All hands to station. Make full sail. Lose the mainsail.
Get into the coastal tile so that you don't lose health. You get to work on helping with Machu Picchu. You also get to work on helping with Machu Picchu.
Setting sail.
Yeah. So these 2 are not connected from the looks of it.
Raise the mainsail.
Okay, yeah, you're gonna go get that. Wonderful. Come up here. Nemesis loses pops again. Because again, they're straddling their cap. You know, and you lose stuff when you... I guess you probably take like a penalty, basically, is for lack of a better way to describe it, once you get over your cap, or your pop cap for that. So unsurprisingly, that means basically lose efficiency on food production.
I'm on it.
The written word was previously available to a small, often wealthy elite. Now, knowledge and propaganda can be distributed to the masses. Mass dissemination.
Wonderful.
Will it be of information or of propaganda?
So because we were the first ones to research movable typeface, we gain 50 fame for accomplishing a world deed. Knock lost more pop. They are not at their cap, so their issue is, of course, yet again, that they're having issues with food production. And let's try to get you down here so you can get your upgrade. Where's the other ship? It's still there, it's just not doing anything useful, so I'm going to tell it to come over here, because it's being stupid with its surveying, or exploration rather. Come over. You know what, just get up top. That's fine, just get up top. Yeah, that one I don't think is going to make it back to base, to be honest. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and, I think end this part here. I've let it run about 6 minutes long over the 1 hour mark, which is sort of, generally speaking, my kind of cap. Yeah, so next turn we will be moving into the industrial era. We will finish up production on building Machu Picchu, and I don't know. We will potentially end up with another war, potentially, because we are
My door
sitting at the cap, as I mentioned, for war with the English. So that is that's beneficial for us. You know, one less competition. We continue to not actually really pull ahead. Black is sort of staying roughly in league with us. We gain fame, they gain roughly the same amount of fame, so they're not really falling behind so much, because last time we looked, it was still a round about a 1,000 difference, not quite, and it's still around about a 1,000 difference, but not quite. So yeah, they're doing a decent job of holding their place, but they're not really catching up, and so we're not really trading places like we were earlier. Because didn't we like drop down to like 3rd place, I think, earlier? In an earlier part? I could have sworn we did, but I might be misremembering and confusing it with a personal campaign that I was running previously. 3rd and 4th, though, I'm sure are trading places, so that would be the Leganians and the Aztecs. Because they've only got, what is that? Like 60, 70 points or so between them? Something like that, so yeah. We're gonna go ahead, like I said, end the part here. I will see you all next time, where we will, like I said, potentially be going to war with the English again. Since we are at max war support, might as well. Which also actually does beg the question, does my claim against you include your new capital? No, it's Hamar, which is here, Urik, and give Aldafar. I don't know where the fuck that is. So yeah, that's a thing. I don't know where that one is. I have zero clue. Because this doesn't give me the thing to be able to... that's not giving me a thing to be able to show it. Is it this one here? It's just... No, that doesn't make sense, because... Is it? It might be, and just the name's not updating or something, I'm not sure. Either way, we'll see when we conquer them. Like I said, potentially next part we will be doing that war, we'll see. But until next time, reminder that I do have a Patreon and a Discord. I do highly recommend that you join the Discord, because that is my go-to place for posting about the channel. But until next time, goodbye and farewell.